You're tuned in to BS with Joe, the podcast where common sense still makes sense. We break down the news, the culture, and the crazy, one blunt conversation at a time. Buckle up. This is going to be good. Welcome to BS with Joe. An 11-year-old boy runs up to a porch, rings a doorbell, and bolts. A prank kids have played for generations, ding dong ditch. This time, he never made it home. He was shot in the back as he ran away. Hours later, he was gone. And this isn't about gun rights. This is about personal responsibility.
Yeah, tonight we're talking about Harris County, Texas, where a 42-year-old Leon Guzman, Gonzalo Jr., sorry, not Guzman, Gonzalo Jr. was charged with murder after firing at 11-year-old Julian Guzman. Police said it was not self-defense, but the boy was already running away.
Yeah. So let's start with the facts, all right? According to the police, it was late Saturday night. A group of kids were doing the old doorbell and run prank. Gonzalo comes out, sees the kids fleeing, and fires his gun.
Yeah, let's underline this. The shot hit Julian in the back. As he wasn't at the door, he wasn't armed, he was running away. That's what you do during ditch. Yeah.
So paramedics rushed him to the hospital, but he was pronounced dead the next day. Now, Gonzalo is sitting in jail on a murder charge.
The Harris County Sheriff's Office said flat out it wasn't self-defense. The boy wasn't even close to the house when he was shot.
So here's the takeaway. This was not a stand your ground case. This wasn't protecting family or property. This was an adult choosing deadly force in a moment that called for maybe a laugh, maybe a yell, not a bullet.
Yeah, Joe, you and I grew up in a different time where you could ding dong ditch and not worry about getting shot. Yeah. You could mailbox baseball bat mailboxes and
how many trees did you TP?
I TP'd a couple. I egged a few houses too.
Yeah. Kids did dumb stuff.
Yeah.
And adults knew the difference between mischief and danger. Worst case, you get chased down the street with a flashlight. Knock it off.
Yeah, but now somewhere along the line, irritation started being treated as like a threat. And fear mixed into ego becomes lethal.
So let's talk responsibility. Look, owning a firearm is a responsibility, sure. But so is owning your reaction, your temper, your decisions.
Yeah, you saying it's not just a tool, it's the man using it.
Yes. Leon Gonzalo had options. He could have shouted, he could have called the police, he could have ignored it. Instead, he pulled the trigger, and an 11-year-old boy is dead.
Yeah, he could have shot into the ground. He could have,
I think that's still excessive.
It could be excessive, but it sends a message. Maybe the kid wouldn't do it again. But it wasn't lethal.
Yeah, he definitely chose lethal.
And this isn't an isolated story. Even people shot pulling into the wrong driveway.
Yep.
We're seeing people shot over loud music, over parking spots. It's a pattern of adult confusion, annoyance with life and death threats.
And that's not responsibility, that's just recklessness. Let me say this. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're good.
Responsibility means restraint. It's knowing when not to act.
That's it. Responsibility means being an adult in the room. In this case, it's on the porch. Gonzalo failed at that. He failed his neighborhood. Yeah. He failed as a man. He failed as a child who should still be alive. He failed that child.
You know what frustrates me? People try to make everything about rights. This case isn't about rights. He had the right to own a gun, but he also had the responsibility to not use it on an unarmed kid running away.
Yeah, as a gun owner, you're responsible for every shot fired.
Yep.
Spot on. Choices, rights, meaningless without responsibility.
And if adults can't handle being adults, kids don't stand a chance.
So let's leave our listeners with this, Joe. An 11-year-old boy can't knock on a door without risking his life. What does that say about us?
What does it say about a culture where irritation equals execution?
We can debate laws, we can debate policies, but there's no truth. This isn't about any of that. That's the truth.
This was about a man who refused to take responsibility for his actions, and an 11-year-old boy paid the price.
Yeah, Julian Gonzalo Guzman should still be alive, and we as adults need to do better.
That's the conversation. So thanks for listening.
Yeah, this upsets me. You know, as a gun owner,
It upsets me too. The kid should still be alive.
we need to protect our kids because that's where the future is. Our declining birth rates, you know, we need to not be so excessive on.
The declining birth rates is something we could have brought up in the family values.
Yeah. But, you know, we're leaving it out with this, but like, share, subscribe, leave a comment.